Okay, coming back into Brainerd, the main lines are coming around. And as we come into the yard, it'll jump into a 3-track yard. 2 of the tracks, the inside 2 are going to be through tracks. This 3rd track basically you'll be able to enter that one on the other side of the layout, but it'll be a dead-end, stub-ended track. I'll be putting in, I want to say 1 or 2 more industries, but the first one was put in to Brainerd. So we'll get a couple more in here. And then as the yard's coming around the corner, and down here is where the yard will get back up with the mains. We have 1 inside track here. So this is where basically the double main will go into a single main line portion for a while. And then this 3rd line off here, we'll stay with this one for right now. But in the kind of just north of the Brainerd yard, heading east, there's a spur that comes through a section of actual street running through town. So we're going to model that street running portion. Street running portion down the layout. And then this track will lead into a large paper mill, which is actually Wausau Paper up in Brainerd. So they have a nice little yard complex, nice big industry up in this area. And right along the river, it's got its yard out here, and we're gonna try modeling that out here. And then there'll be a pullback track for a shoving spur over there, which is that guy that actually goes into 2 tracks into this building. And then all these tracks come in here, down here. So it's a neat little industry to model. So, and kind of neat little effect with the street running portion too. So, and we're coming back into Brainerd. This is where the double track portion will begin as you're heading, it was west. This is west, oops, sorry about that, west out of Brainerd. So that is the Brainerd yard. And then we'll continue on to the last couple points of the layout. So we'll see you soon. Alright, we're back again. Actually, I had to switch memory cards, filled up the last one. So back, we're looking at Brainerd. We're going to be coming north out of Brainerd, or I think it's directionally west, or directionally east. So, but anyways, you'll be running right-hand main. So you'd actually be taking this middle track here. So that one will be coming down and comes level flush at this point where this crossing is. And that will meet up here, still in the main line over here. And the siding joins up right in this portion. Now the siding is going to be the reconnection of the Hinckley sub after coming out of the yards over there. So that's where the Hinckley sub rejoins back to the main at this crossing here. And we'll continue in to this big next glob here. We've actually cut the bench work away already. This is going to be the Kettle River Bridge in Wisconsin. So this area will be a big, nice valley gorge and all scenic mountains and stuff like that. Lots of trees. And the trestles are extremely tall. So that'd be a nice bridge to model too. So, and then coming around the corner, I'm going to talk about these little tracks real quick here. This was a fictitious line kind of put in just to add something in this big scenic area. It's a nice big curvy track spread. This is the only point on the layout where the actual elevation does go to 4% for the grade. So it's a nice steep climb and nice curvy, so nothing but Jeeps in there and short cars, so kind of a neat little industry to do. Back to the main line, we're coming back around. And then this is where it branches off kind of here. So we're going to stay with the main lines here. So staying over here, this one we'll come back and talk to. But over here, Main line starts out with its siding here, and then the runaround track. So you got your 3 tracks coming on this bridge over here. The 2 main lines are going to continue north, and just over this bridge here, just beyond, right in this point, there's going to be a left-hand switch, and that is going to actually come out to this area and into Duluth, kind of crossing this track too. So there'll be a switch over here. This allows you to go into Duluth from this. Otherwise, these will continue on into the helix and drop down into staging. So following this line back here to the bridge, we come on the reversing loop track. This track kind of allows us to do continuous running. All this track does is basically leads back to Brainerd and set you back up for right-hand running through the yard again. So that's what that truck does. So we're going to shoot back down this triple track here off to the cutoff, and this track here starts dropping down till it does get underneath these 3 tracks, and then that will also have the branch line to that pulpwood industry or paper industry up there, and then this is the track that crosses at that point. This feed right here, which is not in use at the moment, will go into, I want to say it's the back edge, so the back side of Duluth, and then the track that was up there would go into the front side. So that would complete our circuit into Duluth, which we'll get back into as far as the track plan on phase 2. But this, for the most part, has been a walk around update for city by city for phase 1. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope I tried to explain it the best I could. And I'll make one more quick segment about some of the bench work and the Homosote spline, and we will call that the next set of videos to be uploaded. So thanks a lot. Okay, welcome back for the final part of this thing here. Sorry it's been a long series of videos, but thanks for sticking through. And we'll go over some of the stuff we have had some questions about. But the first big question I had was the spline road bed. So what we do is we take, it's a 4x8 sheet of spline. We have it ripped into 2-inch strips. It's a 1/2 inch Homosote, and then they're 8 feet long. So these have obviously been kind of cut down. So, but the 8-foot strips, stuff like right in there. And what you do to start this is you just basically stagger the start points. Actually, we put these little thin ones in the middle. So they're actually just bonus scraps, but you stagger them. So your start points are different. And then as you run down the line, you just keep adding pieces on pieces. And then when you screw them together, you just get them real nice and flush. Obviously, it's tougher to do with one hand, but get them flush and screw them on together. And then once they're screwed together, you try to get them as level as possible, but if anything, you go down with the sander and you get a nice smooth surface. And this is nice and easy to tack into, which we'll be using rail spikes to tack all the track down. We've also had questions about as far as the humidity with the space. We're in a pretty well controlled environment, and humidity is not too big of an issue. We do get swings of about 10% humidity, so excuse me again, but with that, it's going to tend to work out pretty well. We've had some good luck with this. People use it on home layouts, and it allows to kind of bend those radiuses and stuff like that in the curve. And it also acts as basically something to hold the track down, so we don't have to go through and put cork road bed over this. This is basically good to go. Then it's just attached by simple risers on the benchwork, leveled out or raised up as you need for grade, stuff like that. So that's for the kind of spline Homosote. Other things we do to space them, on straight portions we're just using the Homosote up on end, so 1/2 inch, and then we get into the plywood spacers for curves. Gives a little more definition going around those big curves too. So as far as the framework on the bench work, I did cover it kind of in some of the previous videos. It's three by 8 foot boxes, basically assembled on top of leg bench work. The bench work itself, let's see if I can show you this here. It's just an L girder. So, and then screws, nails held together with glue. And then we put the gusset plates for some strength in there. And then those will have a little T-girder in the center for the center strength. And then the ends are L-girdered, boxed out and stuff like that too. So, and then on top of that, that's what the 3 by 8 foot boxes are sitting on top of. Some of them are custom box ends, just basically closing off stuff where you need to, like this little one, little triangle box, stuff like that. So, and then for the yards, it's for the nice flat portions, or just laying the homosote flat on its edge, and then the yard is leveled with just the risers. Everything was pre-drilled for wiring holes, so it'll make it nice and easy to route wires through and everything like that. So yeah, it came together rather quickly. All of this to this point, as I'm taping this video, took about 5 weeks. So the majority of this was done in the first week and a half or so, and it's just been kind of come in here day by day or weekend when we have a little work session and put together what else we can. So we're going to leave this video off for this point, and I'll do another update hopefully once we get some track laid down, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.